Hey guys, Aaron Cybertron Zeng here, and we are back with week 3 of the GBA. This week we are going up against Lars, also known as El Scizor. Of course, I am Cybertron. I'm the coach of the Melbourne Rotoms, and we're currently 1-1. Last week we did manage to actually get our first win against Joey, also known as PokeMMD, and the Bronx Barretics. That match I definitely got a little bit lucky, but I was obviously very happy to net my first win in the singles league, especially against such a good player like Joey. And I know that Lars is also a really strong player. His draft was definitely hyped up a lot by the analysts going into the GBA, and so it was definitely a pretty tough matchup to build for, and so I'm pretty excited to play against him. He's got a lot of tricky Pokemon. We'll see what he actually ended up bringing, but I'm really excited for this. We are in the same division as well, so these games do count for a little bit more in terms of trying to make the playoffs, but of course I'm really just trying to learn my best, or do my best and learn as quickly as possible. I feel like I learned a lot between week 1 and week 2, so hopefully I can, apply the same from what I've learned last week and use it for this week. So, Lars' team is the Kyurem Black, the Tornadus, the Feeny, the Cobalion, Lurantis, and the Manectric. So, I think I mapped out the Pokemon that I thought he would bring, and these are pretty much, these were the exact 6 I expected. The only one I wasn't too sure of was Cobalion, but I figured he was definitely going to bring Kyurem, Feeny, Manectric, Lurantis, and Tornadus. So, not too surprising to see that. Cobalion is interesting. I maybe should have prepped a little bit harder for that specifically, but Swampert is pretty good against it. Going into this matchup, I did want an electric type like my Raichu or my, what was it called? Heliolisk, but I thought it was just kind of too frail. The initial game plan I had was leading with my Mimikyu, because I think he might be Scarf Kyurem. That's very specific, but Mimikyu also has a decent matchup because I can Swords Dance against anything and then get a knockout potentially. I'm running a Focus Sash this time instead of running Life Orb, specifically so that even, like, 1, I get to test the Kyurem speed to see what item it has, and 2, I could just Swords Dance and knock something out, and I'm willing to trade knockouts. Fun fact, so the Porygon is also a Scarf variant with Hyper Beam, and so that can one-shot Tornadus, the Manectric, and the Lurantis. So I'm thinking of leading Mimikyu. I think he's probably going to want to lead with either Tornadus or the Kyurem. Maybe Manectric to Volt Switch, but I think I'm going to go with my Mimikyu lead, which I anticipated, or which I planned for. In the back, I'm going to go Cortana, or actually, I mean, obviously, I'm still used to VGC, so I always say what I bring in the back, but for singles, obviously, it doesn't really matter. So, yeah, I originally planned on bringing Mimikyu. I don't think that's going to change much here. I didn't bring Kingdra in this matchup because I was really worried about the Tapu Fini, as well as the Mega Manectric. So I'm bringing a Assault Vest Ludicolo specifically to counter the special attackers a little bit more. But this matchup is definitely tricky, and Kyurem is a really scary Pokemon. And, due to the nature of my team, I don't have very many great switches in general, so we'll see how this plays out. But, yeah. As always, if you guys enjoy this kind of content, me joining the GBA, I'd really appreciate it if you could leave a like. Welcome to the channel if you're new, and this is me doing my best not to get swept. So he is going to lead with the Tornadus, which I'm okay with. I figured he would bring Tornadus specifically because I assume it's going to have Sunny Day. Now, he could taunt me potentially, so I'm thinking maybe instead of Swords Dancing, I just want to play rough. But even if he taunts me, I mean, I could still, I would just end up play roughing anyway. Because I could Swords Dance, Shadow Claw, and then Shadow Sneak. And like I mentioned, I do have the Focus Sash. I'm leaning towards Swords Dancing, just because I don't want to risk missing... Yeah, I don't want to risk missing Play Rough. If I went for Play Rough twice, that's only an 81% chance of hitting both. Meanwhile, if I Swords Dance, Shadow Claw, and Shadow Sneak, that's 100%. So I'm going to go for Swords Dance turn 1, see what Tornadus tries to go for. I might go for a U-turn, maybe a taunt. Of course, if it taunts, I just U-turn. Okay, that's fine. And that's fine because I do have the Focus Sash, and so I'll get my boost, and he's going to try to switch in something, but I could potentially knock out whatever's coming in now, and get a free boost up. But, obviously I would have liked it for Tornadus to stay in because I'd like to knock that out. I think it definitely has Sunny Day. But I do have Tailwind on my Pelipper as well, so even if, Rain doesn't go well this game, I can still potentially set up the speed control for the remainder of the game. We're going to see Tapu Fini come in, okay. It's not the Pokemon I prefer to see come in. Yeah, maybe I should have considered Mimikyu better because of the Tornadus specifically, but I can knock out the Mimikyu now. Or sorry, the Fini. I'm just going to do a quick damage calc. I'm pretty sure +2 Play Rough doesn't knock out Fini anyway, so I'm leaning towards just Shadow Clawing. But I want to double check on that. Alternatively, I could also go for a third Swords Dance. Or a second Swords Dance, I should say. Yeah. So I don't even come close to knocking it out. I wish I had Wood Hammer, actually. That would have been really cool. But that obviously doesn't work out too well. Okay, I mean, knocking out Mimikyu would still be nice. Or sorry, a Feeny would still be nice just because it's really bulky. I think I'll stay in here, and I'm just going to go for a Shadow Claw this turn. I don't want to risk missing play rough. Shadow Claw could be a 2-hit knockout. I want to see how bulky this Feeny is. Feeny obviously won't be able to knock me out in return. It could go for something like a Haze, which could be annoying. And if it does go for a Haze, then maybe I should have played rough instead, because obviously I do more, but I don't want to risk missing right now. And getting Shadow Claw also puts the Feeny in Thunderbolt KO range from my Porygon Z. So +2 Shadow Claw should do around 50% to the Feeny. Yeah, right around the money. We do just see the Moonblast come out, so that's fine. Yeah. It is lefties, so I'm going to just play rough here. I could Swords Dance again, actually. How much did that Moonblast do? It did 57 damage. I don't know too much about whether I want to risk it again. The only reason I'd want to go for it again is just so I do more damage with the Shadow Sneak. But yeah, if I got crit, that would be kind of annoying. I think I'm just going to play rough here. Yeah. Obviously, if I miss, that could be bad too. So maybe I should have just Swords Danced again. Because obviously the chance of me missing is slimmer than the chance of me getting crit. In fact, actually, you know, we all got the crit chances wrong. It was just discovered that it's even harder to crit now. Or was harder to crit, / is still harder to crit. Maybe I should have Swords Danced again, but I also wasn't sure whether that was a roll or not. Like, whether that was just a super low roll. And whether, like, if my opponent got a high roll, it would just knock me out. So I don't want to risk that. But knocking out Feeny would be nice, because it means that, you know, I don't have something that walls the Pelipper. Unfortunately, I do hit the play rough, so that Feeny should faint. Nice. Alright, so I'm just gonna, you know, keep track, obviously, of everything. But obviously, the downside is I do lose my Focus Sash. Or, I can't basically use it effectively now. So Tapu Fini is fainted. We know there's Tornadus with U-turn. What else is there? The Lurantis, Manectric, and Cobalion comes in. Interesting. Okay. So this is the Pokemon I didn't really prepare too much for. So this is something I'm definitely going to take some time to look into. It's, yeah, base 108, so it is really speedy. It does get access to Swords Dance and Rock Polish, which is scary, because it could potentially try to set up on me right now. I'm thinking of actually conserving Mimikyu, because if it's not Scarf Kyurem, then I'll be able to outspeed it. Otherwise, I could just go for a Shadow Sneak to get a sack in. But I'm actually thinking of hard switching into Pelipper right now. It's kind of risky if he does Swords Dance or Rock Polish. But I think I'm going to go for it. Pelipper seems to wall this pretty well. Yeah, I'm not like he's got to have invested Cobalion to be faster than Mimikyu. I'm just worried about him predicting this and going for, I don't know, like a Stone Edge or something. Or like an HP Electric. I don't know if that would even knock out, but yeah, I'm going to bring out Pelipper. By bringing out Pelipper, that also sets up Swampert. But the Tornadus is still concerning in the back. So I want to like knock out Cobalion so I could pivot my Porygon Z into a position where I can knock out Tornadus. Okay. I just Iron Head's good. Okay, so that works out nicely. Crits me, yeah, it's fine. So, I mean, I could hard switch now into Swampert. I could also U-turn. Or even Tailwind. I kind of want to predict Cobalion to switch out into Tornadus and switch into my Porygon Z. It's kind of aggressive of a play, but I mean, also, actually, I could just U-turn as well. It's just like, do I think this is Stone Edge? It's not Life Orbed, so that is good to confirm. Yeah. Okay, let me check how much a Stone Edge would actually do. So Cobalion, Pelipper. I think this one's more special defensive if I remember correctly, so it works obviously a little bit against me. It's not Life Orbed. I think I honestly survive with the bulk that I have. But I'm just going to double check. Once again, you know, might as well make use of all the time that I have. Am I reading that right? That does so little. Okay, yeah, I definitely survived one. So unless he crits me, then I'm good. Yeah, I'm gonna U-turn. Because that means if he hard switches, I get the advantage of whatever comes in. I think he's gonna hard switch to Tornadus. Oh, he has Volt Switch. But I survived because this Pelipper is especially defensive. Thank goodness. Oh, boy. I was expecting, like, HP Electric. I didn't know they got Volt Switch. That was something I should have looked into, because I could have switched into Swampert hard there. That was a really cool tech. Yeah, it even mentions that on the Smogon set, so that's something... Like, I was considering hard switching to Swampert, but... like, actually, it's probably better to hard switch into Swampert most of the time there, but fortunately, my Pelipper's clutch and survives. So, yeah, I mean, Cobalion obviously pretty... Actually, its attack and special attack are the same, fun fact. I'm trying to think of the downsides of switching into... or hard switching into my... What am I saying? Hard switching into Swampert. So I get the U-turn off. Now I can switch into Swampert. The question now is, do I Earthquake or do I predict him to switch out? I think I'll definitely bring in Swampert here, yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, Manectric, Cobalion. It's so weird seeing terrain disappear because in VGC, like, the games normally... I mean, normally you have Terrain Wars, so, like, good terrain's on for the entirety of the game. So Cobalion, not Life Orb, has Iron Head, Volt Switch. If I had to guess, maybe it's AV. I mean, I really want a Waterfall here. I'm just worried about an HP Electric, or sorry, HP Grass from Manectric, because I'm going to get intimidated here. And if he snipes me with HP Electric, that would be really gross. Or sorry, HP Grass, what am I saying? But if I Waterfalled him into a Tornadus switch in, then Waterfall would 2-hit and knock out the Tornadus, which would obviously be good for me. And I don't know, I really want to just Earthquake here. Like, it's so darn obvious, but I think, like, I would run HP Electric if I were him, that's why. Okay, so I'm gonna Mega Evolve. It's just, do I Waterfall or Earthquake? This is a really big one, because if I call it correctly, that puts me in a really good spot, I think. But if not, then I get set back a decent amount. How good does he think I am? He could switch into Lurantis as well. I really want to Earthquake, because something tells me he's going to try to cheese me and go for HP Grass. So ideally he stays in and Mega Evolves. But he switches out. Okay. So I could have Waterfalled there, but I think that's Lurantis actually coming in. Yes, it is. That's fine. Just because I can at least get some confirmation of the sets now that he has. So I could have Ice Punch there, but yeah, I figured, I don't know. So maybe he doesn't have HP Electric or HP Grass, or maybe he just didn't want to obviously take the risk. How much does Ice Punch do to Lurantis? It's definitely bulky. Took 25%. Yeah, not enough to knock out. So I should probably switch here. I mean, the switch is pretty obvious, but what do I want to switch into? I don't want to switch into Pelipper because I want 2 sets of rain. I could go into my Ludicolo because I am AV. I think I like that the most. It's just Kartana's the other option that I'm debating. The thing with this team is I think I need to play better and predict better. Yeah, I wish I called that correctly and Ice Punched, but I was just really worried about HP Grass. I think I'm going to go into Ludi here just because I'm just double checking what Lurantis can really do against me. But I think going to Ludi is the call. Because I'm a Assault Vestus, so I can take anything easily. Yeah, I'm going to go into Ludi actually. I don't think Lurantis has too much to threaten me, especially because it's lefties. And Ludi now is actually in a pretty prime position to get a lot of damage off. Against everything, really. Yeah, he just Leaf Storms. And I actually avoid it, which is pretty fortunate, too, because it doesn't get the special attack boost. So that's nice. So how many turns of rain do I have left? I still have 4 turns, which is really nice. I want to Scald here. Because I think Scald plus Ice Beam probably knocks this Lurantis out anyway. It looks like it's max HP. Actually, it doesn't. So maybe I should just Ice Beam. I just really want to nail a switch. Like, Cobalion might come in. Kyurem could come in, too. I'm gonna Scald. Okay, it does switch out. But let's see what's coming in. Kyurem? Have we seen Jeff yet? Yeah, it's Kyurem. Okay. So, that's a nice play. Scald Burn would be nice. That actually does a decent amount. No burn. So, the Kyurem is the Pokemon that I was really worried about, because I have no idea what this does. Or, I know what it does, but I have no idea what kind of set my opponent's running. I feel like I can just switch in a Swampert hard here, though. I just want to double check what Kyurem has. Yeah, I think I need to be predicting switches. I mean, I could have predicted that and switched Ludi out, I guess, but the chip damage is honestly nice, too. I would like to switch in a Swampert. Yeah, I want to conserve my rain, I think. I think I'm going to switch in a Swampert here. Unless he has HP Grass. God, I just hate worrying about these random hidden powers. Yeah, I'm going to go to Pert. If he has HP Grass and calls this, props to him. Otherwise, I could have maybe brought Mimikyu, but I want to bring Mimikyu in if something faints to confirm the speed of the Kyurem. Oh, he just Ice Beams. Okay, cool. That probably still does over like 50% to me, unfortunately. Oh, under, actually. That's nice. 2 turns of rain now, I believe. Yeah. I kind of want to power up punch this turn. I could EQ. But power up punching would allow me to get a really big attack off, especially if Lurantis came in. I could just Ice Punch as well, though. Does he stay in? I think it's unlikely. I just want to double check how much Earthquake does. He also doesn't... He might think I have Superpower, which is the other thing. Kyurem, Black. Earthquake actually doesn't do as much as I thought it would. I'm going to Pup here, yeah. We'll see if he stays in. I think he's got to be scared of Superpower, though. So ideally, I get the Power-Up Punch here, get one really attack off, and then switch in Pelipper again for the Rain. The issue, though, is that Tornadus is still alive, so my opponent could potentially just shut down the Rain option for me for the remainder of the game with Sunny Day Tornadus. So, yeah, I need a... Predicting switches is tough, definitely, because it's so rewarding when you get it right, but there's always so much to be worried about. The Lurantis one, though, I definitely think I could have Ice Punched there, but we'll see how this one goes. So, 6-5 in my favor, but a lot of my Pokemon are weakened, and my Rain is slowly expiring, which is also bad. But I just want to know the item, yeah, because if the Kyurem is slow, then my Kartana will be able to just outspeed it and knock it out with the Smart Strike at this point. But if it's fast, obviously that's not the case. Oh, okay, he's Scarfed. He's staying in, and he Ice Beams. That's pretty bad, actually. Why is he faster? I thought I EV'd it to outspeed Scarf Kyurem. That's really bad. Okay, so I know he's Scarfed. Oh, that's really annoying. Did I miss Eevee this? I think I might have. Because that's not supposed to outspeed. At least I do confirm it's Scarf, though, which is good. Which is what I thought he would bring into this matchup, but... I'm annoyed. My Swampert's supposed to outspeed that. Yeah, that's bad. Because Ice Beam kind of just blows through everything right now. I think I'm going to switch back out into Ludi. Because I'm Assault Vested, so I should take these Ice Beams pretty decently. Yeah. That sucks. That's my bad. I really thought I had EV'd Swampert outspeed Scarf. Because my Swampert doesn't have too much speed investment, but I thought I covered it specifically for Scarf Kyurem. But I guess not. Let's see how much this does to Ludi. Okay, yeah. I think I'll just Ice Beam here. I could Giga Drain Ice Beam. I think... Yeah, I'm just gonna Ice Beam, actually. Never mind. So as long as like my Rain Sweepers don't faint, even if they have very low HP, I can still make use of that. If I reset Pelipper. The good thing is Porygon Z can really obliterate the Tornadus, the... What was it? Tornadus, Lurantis. I'm just so angry if I had properly EV'd my Swampert, or double checked my spread, then I would have been able to outspeed the Kyurem, and then the last turn of rain I would have been able to pick up a knockout instead of taking extra damage with Ludi, but that's my bad. Can't focus on that anymore. He actually switches out, interesting, into Good Boy. What is that again? The Manectric. Okay. So that's fine with me, especially because I'm Assault Vested. I think he should be able to tell I'm Assault Vested at this point. Wow, that wasn't even a crit? That did so much. I think I'm just gonna Scald here, honestly. Yeah. Scald covers all my options. If I burn Kyurem, that would have been nice earlier too. But if I can knock out Manectric, I guess Manectric, like, actually the one reason I was worried about Manectric was because of how it threatens the Cortana. But Kyurem obviously does as well. Tornadus looks like he probably does as well. So yeah, that's obviously not too great. He is gonna Volt Switch. That's fine. With the Salt Vest, yeah. So I brought AV Ludi specifically for the Manectric. The Ice Beam also did so much on the switch in, so that was nice. I could have maybe Hydro Pumped. I maybe would have picked up the knockout. But I don't know. I think I need to play more aggressively in singles, because in doubles, it's just like I normally try to go for the more conservative play unless there's like a really good reason to go for the stronger attack, but maybe there was a good reason to Hydro Pump there. Either way, I'll get a Scald off here. Getting a burn would be really sweet, but either way. Yeah, so Kyurem's coming back in. We saw how much Scald did earlier. I don't know. Like, what else can he have other than Ice Beam to really hit me? Burn? Oh, okay, that's nice. Because now he's on a timer, too. Cool. I do want to conserve Ludi, though, I think. I mean, let's look at what Scarf Kyurem can really do, other than Ice Beam. Could go for a Dragon-type attack, but I'm Assault Vet. Like, I'm just not very... I'm decently bulky with AV, but... I also don't want to sack anything, because I feel like everything else I have in the back is pretty good at this point, too. And the thing is, if I lose anything, then I can just bring in Mimikyu to Shadow Sneak on the last turn. I don't think he's going to go for a Dragon-type attack, because if he does, then I can bring in Mimikyu to get a free Swords Dance off, actually. Do I really need Ludi at this point? That's the question. I feel like the answer is still yes. I'm just gonna double check. Sorry, I know I'm like I'm now using all the time I have because I learned from that first week where I made my moves basically just way too quickly. So I'm just gonna update everything and let I know my opponent's team. Volt Switch. Leftovers. Yeah, I should be doing this as I go along, but So, I kind of want to just like Ice Beam here, to be honest. I guess I should Giga Drain be better because I'd heal a little bit back. Yeah, we'll see if he can knock me out. I'm thinking maybe it would have been better to conserve Ludi, but I don't know what I could have really switched into. He just Ice Beams. Okay, so I'll survive that as long as I don't get frozen. Come on! Are you serious? That sucks so much. Okay. Man, that really sucks. I can't complain about that. It's just I would have survived and gotten the knockout, and conserving Ludi would have been so nice, and it would have been 6-on-4. That really blows. Okay, so now the question is whether I predict the Kyurem to switch out or not. Because if I anticipated to switch out, I could go for a Swords Dance. I'm leaning towards just Shadow Sneaking here, but he's been really prone to switching. Ah, man, that sucks. I was talking about getting crit, too. Oh, well. I honestly think Cobalion's coming in. I could play rough. It's just like, if he actually made the call and stayed in, and I didn't Shadow Sneak, I mean, I feel like I don't want to overextend here. I think I'm just going to sneak here. Yeah. Okay, he does switch out. Good switch. Cobalion probably? No. Oh, that is Cobalion, yeah. That's fine. So I think I'm going to sack Pelipper now. He's probably going to Volt Switch here, actually, to be honest. It's that or Iron Head, but I'm going to bring in Pelipper. Oh, man. That crit sucks. But such is such. That's the game we play. I mean, he's still in a pretty good position anyway. This is a really good game, I think, honestly. I feel like both of us have a decent shot at winning still, but by sacking Pelipper here... Oh, he Stealth Rocks, actually. Interesting. Okay. So does he Volt Switch here? Am I willing to trade Pelipper at this point? Because I would get the free switching into Porygon. This Cobalion's an issue, though. I don't have Sacred Sword. That's my main problem. Unless I switched into Swampert and he Volt Switched. I think I might honestly hard switch here. It's kind of risky. But I'm going to go for it. This is pretty readable, though. But if he does Volt Switch as I switch in Swampert, that's really good. I don't feel like I've made any like extra good plays so far, unfortunately, for me. But such as such. Pelipper is going to be fodder at this point, but I don't want him to Volt Switch and get a free switch into Tornadus. Okay. So I'll bring in Perp. I'll survive Stealth Rocks. Ideally, he Volt Switches here, but he could have just, like, Iron Head. He calls it. Good call. That's bad for me. That's actually really bad, I think. Yeah, that was a really nice read on his end. I'm thinking maybe I could bluff Sacred Sword with Kartana. Yeah, I thought he'd Volt Switch there. And I could have sacked then to get the free switch into Swampert, but it felt like one or the other. Yeah, I think I'm going to bring in Kartana and start subbing now, actually. Yeah. Because I'm faster, I'm max speed. And if he keeps close combating, he's just going to keep decreasing his... Oh, he could Volt Switch, though. But he might hard switch here out of fear of a Sacred Sword just knocking him. Okay, no, he doesn't. Does he close combat or Volt Switch? He just close combats. Okay. So what I could do is keep subbing to get him to a point. Like, because I can still sub 2 more times. So he'd be at -4. I don't even think I'd knock him out. I'm going to keep subbing because he might want to switch at some point. And without Sacred Sword, I feel like I kind of have to. Maybe how much does close combat even do to me? Now it definitely does. I should have calced that before actually making my move. Yeah, I got kind of flustered by the crit, but then him also making the nice read. Okay, he actually does switch out, so that's good because I do get a sub up now. And it's Tornadus coming in. Okay. We'll just Smart Strike here. I almost went for the Steel Z move on Kartana as well. I really wish I did now. Like, basically, I need to be predicting switches a little bit better, because if I do, then, like, it builds up the damage to a point where I can just knock out everything. But because I haven't been predicting the switches too well this game, that's kind of been hindering me. Like, I could have play roughed. I haven't really made any good predictions on the switches, to be honest, because I'm too scared. Like, I have some sense of what's coming in, but I always, like, mind game myself a little bit. He just Hurricanes, okay. He has max speed. Not too surprising to see that. So I think I'm gonna sack Pelipper now. Yeah. To get a free switch into my Scarf Porygon. Close combat. Yeah, I think that was a really good play to close combat the Pelipper slot. Because Mega Swampert was definitely one of my win conditions, so maybe I just gave it up too easily. I think I did. That was a mistake. I just like really thought he would go for her. But now I'm gonna bring out Porygon. The issue is I lost my best tool against Cobalion. What's the best move to lock myself into? Tornadus, Lurantis, Manectric, Cobalion. What else did he have? Kyurem. Everything's so chunked down now, but... I think Ice Beam's probably the best move to lock myself into. Could go for Tri-Attack. He'll know I'm Scarfed here, though, so even if I get the knockout, he'll just switch into Cobalion anyway. He also could totally Tailwind here, which I think would probably screw me over, to be honest. Ideally, he doesn't think I'm Scarfed, and he just lets me knock it out. Yeah, I guess I'm kind of screwed against Cobalion anyway. Ice Beam does give me a freeze chance, so I'll just Ice Beam. I think if he Tailwinds here, I'm probably screwed. Yeah, nice play. I wish I'd just like busted out Trick Room right now. That'd be so sick. But I think now Cobalion just sweeps me, unfortunately. Actually, it definitely does. Oh, man. I shouldn't have risked switching in Swampert there. I just really thought he would Volt Switch. GG. This was really close. I think I made a couple small mistakes. Yeah, there's Cobalion again. Is there anything I could do? What does he do here? Do you just go for the safe close combat, or do you Iron Head predicting Mimikyu? I'd consider Iron Heading if I were him. If I call one of these turns correctly, maybe I can still pull it out. I don't think I survive a close combat, but I'm gonna double check because Cobalion's attack is kind of low, but I don't have any investment with this Porygon. Oh god, no, that fuck destroys me. Alright, is he gonna call me and switching into Mimikyu? And Iron Head instead. It's like such an obvious switch. What do I think? What would I do? I'd probably Iron Head. Okay, I'm gonna stay in and try to maybe fish for a freeze. If he Iron Heads. I just close combats. Alright. Yeah, I was thinking if I'm him, I might Iron Head there, because Mimikyu could switch in, waste the turn to Tailwind, but then I guess you could just still Iron Head anyway. The Mimikyu switch in. Yeah. That's annoying. I wish if I called that correctly, maybe I could have still been in it, but I think now I'm pretty much screwed. I mean, what I can do is bring in Mimikyu and switch in Cortana and then switch back out into Mimikyu. Like, now he does have to worry a little bit more. Oh, man. I kind of wish I switched Porygon, but... Oh, I guess he couldn't tell that I was Scarfed. Because Tailwind went up first anyway. Yeah, giving up Swampert was bad. That was really bad. I'm still sad about that. But, oh well. Hindsight's 2020. So the question now is, do I want to stay in a Mimikyu, expecting him to Iron Head? Because I can switch into Kartana and then switch back out into Mimikyu. I think he's just going to Iron Head. He seemed like he was going for... Like, you're not going to close combat a Mimikyu. If he does, then that's truly a nice read. I think he's definitely outplayed me throughout the course of this match, but I feel like... Yeah, the Iron Head's okay. At this point, I guess I'm just trying to go for another knockout. What if he overextended here and Iron Headed? That would actually get me back into this then. But I think he's just going to close combat. Because he should outspeed Mimikyu anyway. Yeah, he's been playing very safe with this Cobalion. Yeah, I think he's... I'm just going to try to go for another knockout at this point. And switch back out into Mimikyu. Because then he'll be... I don't even know if I can knock him out, actually. Yeah, maybe I should have had Sacred Sword. Cobalion was the one Pokemon I didn't prep much for, and it really came to bite me. Yeah, he does close combat. So had I played a little bit better with Porygon, like had I switched it initially into Mimikyu, maybe I could have pulled something off. I'm going to assume he's definitely faster than me. If not, though, maybe I can do something. I would need to be faster and, like, crit with Play Rough or something. Alternatively, I could just go for the Shadow Sneak and try to just get a knockout. With the Z move. Yeah, the thing is, with Rocks, I can't switch in because Rocks plus Iron Head will knock me out anyway. And I think he's definitely going to be faster than Mimikyu. So I guess I'll just Shadow Sneak. Well played. I feel like this was definitely very winnable, and had I just made one or two better plays, I really could have pulled it through. Because everything in the back was really weak on his end. Like, Hiram is at, like, 5%. Manectric's at, like, 10%. Lurantis I had a bunch of answers for. I wish I didn't give up Swampert so easily. I wish I expected Volt Switch. I wish I predicted a little bit better overall. But, yeah, he's going to wrap up this, definitely. Very nicely played on his end. Yeah, I'll just go for the Bloom Doom. I don't even think that knocks out the Cobalion anyway. Yeah, that's why I was kind of sad about losing Ludi, too, just because, like, Ludi can take the attacks decently from Cobalion. I mean, it basically I would have been able to get one extra attack off, and I think getting one extra attack off with Ludi would have been really important in this matchup. But ultimately, it wasn't like the crit really decided the game. It was just in a pretty disadvantageous position, and anytime your opponent's faster than you, obviously that's bad. But yeah, I also messed up with my Swampert speed. That was something that I'm really sad about, because had I been faster, that would have given me a huge advantage as well. He hangs on with like 1 HP. Good game. I don't know. I lost 0-4, but I really feel like it was really close, right? Like, Cobalion was at like 1 HP. The Manectric and the Kyurem were both at like very low HP as well. And I feel like I very easily could have pulled this out if I, one, trained my Swampert properly and made sure it outsped Scarf Kyurem. Like, that in itself was bad. Two, if I didn't get crit, those two were both pretty bad because it basically meant I got one last attack off than I really should have. And had both of those, like, had that not been the case, then that would have been a lot better for me. And then I could have played the end game a little bit better, but yeah. I mean, I'm not complaining. I'm just assessing what I could have done better. So I definitely will need to double check my spreads going into the future. I think I might have brought the wrong Swampert and brought the one with the slower EV spread. So that was bad. And that I'm really sad about. That's just really frustrating. I could have also Earthquaked in that position too. And I didn't really capitalize off any of his switches, but this is a matchup that I definitely know is winnable, so when we play again in the future, I know it's definitely very doable. And I do feel like the pieces are kind of coming together more, right? Like, I feel like that matchup was one where it's like, okay, I made a couple of key mistakes. One was, training the Pokemon, because that was bad with the Blast or the Swampert. Two, I got a little bit unlucky with the Ludicolo. And three, he just made some really good switches, and so part of this team is making better predictions. And four, the Cobalion also caught me off guard, so I could have prepped a little bit harder for that. Although Pokemon choice-wise, I don't really regret what I brought. I think I just needed to make some more aggressive reads in terms of what I think he'd switch out to, because I didn't really call any of his switches, and that punished me pretty heavily as well. But I think, if I just make one or two better plays, maybe I get myself back into that one. But really good game to him there. I thought he played really well, and that was really close. I don't know. I think it was a lot closer than the 0-4 scoreline in the end, but unfortunately for me, that does mess with my tiebreakers a little bit more. So nicely done on his end to conserve his Pokemon. But yeah, that was a really fun match, guys, honestly. And I'm kind of Obviously, I'm angry at myself about the Swampert speed, but also the crit was unfortunate. But, that's Pokemon at the end of the day. Can't really focus on that. And I think I definitely could have played a lot better, too, throughout the course of the match. And once again, I think I learned a lot. So hopefully I can apply what I learned from this game going into next week. So we are 1-2 now, unfortunately. But I do feel like this week was definitely, like, the closest out of all of them in the sense that, I was just, like, a couple of good plays away. I guess it really is all the time. But I feel like that was a really good match. And credits to Lars because I thought he played really well. So good game to him. I definitely made some key mistakes. Losing Swampert on the close combat, that was a really nice play on his end as well. So I can't, walk into and I need to like preserve my win condition. That's, I think, a little bit better in the future. And sometimes with my gut feelings on the predictions, it just didn't work out as well. But such is such. Anyway, good game to Lars. Go check out his side if you have not already. Go check out his channel. All that's in the description below. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll be back with week 4 next week. All right, peace.